hitting that three-point shot in Madrid, because without it, my career also wouldn't be here. Where is it now?
I feel like sometimes when it hurts that bad, that much, a lot of wins, a lot of losses, they hurt. But the way that loss hurt, I feel like that means that was supposed to happen.
Was the most boring guy over there. We all know Alex. Did you get that impression?
The most boring? No, he's the most craziest.
Remember that dance with Yabusele in game 1? How many times did you do that in your career?
I've done that so many times.
Do you practice that at the training?
Yeah. That was kind of more so muscle memory. You always hear these stories about Serbian coaches are crazy and practice is crazy and blah, blah, blah. You hear all these crazy stories, especially as like a rookie coming up. You know, it's just, you hear this a lot. Yeah, I feel like here in Belgrade, I probably...
You cannot go out in the street.
Yeah, stuff.
I mean, you can, of course.
I mean, I can, but yeah, you gotta just, you gotta just move accordingly. But this is also the first time in my career I've played for a team for 3 years. Like, if you don't believe me, get on a plane, bring whoever you need to bring, come to a game, see the culture, you have to feel this and see everything, and then you'll understand the derby game.
Yeah,
the derby game. That's always a moment like, I played in Serbia.
Dobrodošli u još jedno izdanje Part+Casta na platformi Part+. Današnji gost Kevin Punter, bivši kapitan Partizana. Kevin, thank you for being here.
For sure, bro.
If I can make this personal, thank you for hitting that three-point shot in Madrid, because without it, my career also wouldn't be here. Where is it now? But you know what? As they say, sport journalists, they go with the sport and with those shots. That
for sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I got a tough job too. So
yeah. I like to start this podcast with a question, and people, of course, answer differently. Serbian people answer in one way, foreigners in other. When was the first time you've heard about Partizan? Was it during your period in US or when you were here?
So at some point when I was in Europe, it wasn't my first year. It wasn't my second year. Maybe my third year as a professional. I think that's when I first heard the name, but didn't really think nothing of it. I'm still I'm dealing with other personal issues, trying to adjust to Europe and life stuff at that time. So I wasn't really thinking so much like what teams is what really. I wasn't so much paying attention that much. I really didn't really know what EuroLeague was at that point in time neither. So much, So I was just trying to figure out, my own things.
That was your season in Poland or in?
So my season in my first year in Lavrio, and then I went to Poland my second year. So during those first 2 years, it was just trying to figure it out, trying to get adjusted, trying to just make something of myself. Nobody knew who I was at all. So you know how stuff is in the beginning of your career. So that's kind of like where my focus was at 23 years.
But understanding Partizan culture and tradition and everything and fans, that began when you came here, right?
For sure, because I didn't know until I got here. So yeah, it began when I got here.
Yeah. And what was the thing that you took away from that you took when you were in Partizan? When one thing that you keep to yourself, and you remember the most,
how much the people here care, and I relate to that a lot because I care so much about the game of basketball. Like it's taken me all over the world. It's done a lot of good things for me and my family. So I relate to people that care and they're passionate about the craft and the game of basketball. So once I got here and seeing how passionate and how much they cared, it was easy to kind of like relate to that because I'm the same way. So but that was like the main thing that stuck out. Obviously, once you get into all the details, you don't really know, but just on the outside looking in, just me getting there my first year, and you see how passionate, how serious they love basketball, how serious they take basketball. It was dope. Especially I was coming from, I played in Greece. I played for Ike. So I played with basketball culture in terms of, everyone being extremely passionate about it. So I already understood it. And then I come from a background which, we play sports where I'm from, and we're passionate about how we do it. Obviously, it's different, but we're still passionate, and we love to hoop where I'm from. So it's kind of the same.
We took a good care of you here for those 3 seasons.
Oh, most definitely. I wasn't worried about nothing. Most definitely.
Yeah, that was your first club that you stayed, right?
For 3 years, yeah.
Longer than
That was the first time I signed a 2-year contract. Yeah.
And take us through the moment when you decided to sign it for the first time. It was a transition from EuroLeague back to Europe.
Yeah, so I was a little nervous. I was hesitant. I was extremely hesitant because a lot of times you don't know how people are gonna view you. You hear so many things. People say, "I did it for the money. I did it for this. Did it for that." Obviously, business is part of it also. But all business is not good business, and we all know that. But for me, at that point in time in my career, coming off Final Four in Milan and going to Euro Cup, people said it was a back step or whatever you want to say. But I really spoke to Coach Obradović, and he told me his vision and where he sees this and where this can go. And he wanted me to, be one of the main guys coming here to be a part of it. And I'm a visionary. So like what he said, I related to it. So it's like, that's one of the reasons why I trusted him to come here. And me understanding at that point in time, basketball history, basketball culture, understanding who this is, understanding the European game more at that time, way, way more at that time, because I had a couple seasons on the EuroLeague. So now I'm understanding everything for the most part. And but yeah, I was nervous at first, just because you're scared of what people gonna say, or you hesitant. No matter what people gonna say, no matter what, you gonna kind of think that in your mind. Like people was like, "Why we go to EuroLeague and go to Euro Cup after we just came off a Final Four?" But they didn't see what I see, or they didn't have what they had, what I had in my mind. So
you believed you
100%. If I did, I wouldn't have did.
And you had the vision. Was that, I don't know, crushed when Bursa game happened? When you did that maybe shook you a little bit?
It was tough because we wasn't supposed to lose. We were supposed to handle our business, and we didn't at that time. So I had a lot of just different things running through my mind. I wasn't necessarily thinking about EuroLeague at that time. It was more so like we just lost. Credit to them, good team. And they went to the finals maybe, or all the way. So credit to them, really, really good team. But in that moment, it was just tough because it was so much expectation, and then we felt really, really short.
But then this 2022-23 season happened.
Yeah.
I think that people here still think about it, and they still want to recall it. Are you recalling it? Are you thinking still about it? I mean, because other than trophy at the end, other than those quarterfinal series, which was painful.
Yeah.
Everybody were talking here about Partizan, about Kevin Punter, about Exum, his dunks, about Lesor, Ledey, Alexa.
Yeah. I mean, I more so think about it when I see my guys. So when I see Danilo, when I talk to Yam, when I see Matthias, Zach, like James, like when I talk to these guys and we back speaking and doing whatever, that's when a lot of those moments, you relive a lot of those moments. But on a day-to-day, I don't really think about it on a day-to-day. It's because I'm at Barcelona now and just focus here and doing what I got to do, just life,
Yeah.
But anytime I talk to my guys, not all the time, but we speak about, certain funny moments or certain, moments that was just crazy during that year.
I spoke to one writer, a big Partizan fan, recently here, and he said that, of course, the year when Partizan won EuroLeague back in 1995 was something sort of a movie, and even it was so impossible to happen that the movie was sort of it would be a pathetic movie.
Yeah.
And then this quarterfinal series against Real, you think it's also a movie scenario? What kind of things happening in those 2 weeks? Incredible.
Yeah, it was incredible, like you said. Sometimes I don't really have words for that moment of the season, just because so much had happened during that moment and during that span of maybe 3 weeks or however many weeks that was. So sometimes I have so many mixed emotions about a lot of different things, but yeah.
Yep. It was at the end it was painful, if I can say through my vision. When that ended, I was like, okay, losses aren't that bad. I mean, this can make everybody tougher,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And the end, you guys won the ABA League, which was after that big of a hit, like, kicked out after 2-0. Then you win the ABA League.
Yeah.
How hard was that to recuperate after that one?
It was hard because you know that I feel like sometimes when it hurts that bad, that much, a lot of wins, a lot of losses, they hurt. But the way that loss hurt, I feel like that means that was supposed to happen. And it happened, so maybe that was supposed to happen, but you can't change nothing. But we still showed our resilience to still win the ABA League, which was extremely hard in its own way. We all know how ABA League is, winning the title in ABA League, so for us to get that done, it was big for us. It was important for us.
Željko once said that trophy is the hardest won trophy in his life. Would you say the same?
Yeah, I got a handful of trophies just from early in my career, also in cups and things like that. But that was a very difficult trophy.
Why?
Because we know it's not always just about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So it's a lot of other things that's going on, that tries to knock you off of, just being focused on basketball. So you got to take that into account also.
I know a lot of people ask you about the fight and everything in the game 2 against Real, but I wouldn't like to ask you about the fight. I want you to know that each time I see Real Madrid players, I ask them about the fight because they won the series. They should be asked about the fight.
Yeah.
So once I asked Rudy something about it because I asked him why did he stay on the bench right there, because he was the only guy who stayed on the bench. And he was like, you Serbians, you always want to speak about that.
Yeah.
You guys won it. You should be asked about that.
Yeah.
And I have this explanation about that. What would you like your kid to do? To be a bully, when he's in a lost situation, to kick somebody, or would you like to stand up, to teach your children to stand up for themselves? That's my explanation of that moment.
That's a good question. Always stand up for yourself as a man. I don't care what sport you play. I don't care what you do in your life. You a man before anything. You a man before any sport, any fame, any status. I don't care about none of that stuff. So I don't have children, but at some point, if I do, or whenever I do, is morals, character, and be a stand-up guy, be a stand-up man. You know what I'm saying? Be a solid individual. If you get your ass kicked, stay there and get your ass kicked. Don't get your ass kicked and now you want to hurt somebody or try to, that's just me though. That's just where I come from. That's just how I'm cut. Like, it's a sport. Sometimes we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose sometimes, but it's part of the game. But I got more respect for the game to do that to anybody. I got more respect for people to do that to. You could take it outside of sports. Like, it's just having character. That's why I teach my kids.
Who taught you about this respect for the game?
My dad.
That?
Not even the game, but just respect for people and yourself. If you respect yourself, you'll respect other people. And if you respect the small things, or the janitor, or just, you know, people that help you, that don't get no shine or recognition, like if you respect those people, you know, like respect everybody. No matter how bad it hurt to not get what you want, just respect everybody and take it like a man. Take it right on the chin like a man. That's it. And look the person in the eye and say, hey,
what's your recipe when you lose 20 point difference? What's your recipe? Be in the gym the next day, early in the morning, or what?
It just depends. It depends on a lot of different variables. Depends on where you're at in the season. Depends where you're at mentally. I think the most important thing is mentally being in a good space when you do lose by 20, because it happens. You know, it's a sport we playing, so it happens. So just making sure mentally you in a good space is mentally, you know, there's gonna be them nights where, you know, the team get the best of you. It happens. So just always coming back. That's the main thing. Like never giving up, never just laying down, quitting. Just always, like my parents always taught me that, like you never gonna have it your way all the time, but just keep going back at it. Keep going back at it. Like just show resilience, and just don't be no quitter, and just finish what you start, basically. Kind of. So that's kind of like how I live my life outside of basketball. I live my life like that on regular. So now when I come to a sport, I approach it a certain way. I respect everybody in front of me. I just respect everybody until I'm disrespected, or if I'm disrespected. So yeah.
Let's get back to that team which won the ABA League in 2023. Recently, Matthias said, for example, that Alexa was the most boring guy over there. We all know Alexa. Did you get that impression?
The most boring? No, he's the most craziest. He talked the most. I love Alexa. I seen him when I was in Dubai.
Yeah.
You know how Alexa is, just full of energy, full of just craziness.
Yeah. And the other guys, how would you describe? I don't know. Let's start with Zach. Apparently, you two. You would be roommates if there would be roommates still in EuroLeague, right?
Matt Craypart, when we first got to Partizan, me and him was roommates.
Yeah.
First got here in training camp. I said, listen, bro, I love you, but we not roommates. Right? So we changed rooms immediately. But yeah, Zach is just, you know how Zach is, just you never know what you're gonna get. Never know what you're gonna get.
I saw him back in that season as I wouldn't mind to offend anybody, but the biggest fighter of all of them, and that he would be always behind your back.
Oh,
not yours.
Everybody not. That's how Zach is. Like he don't care. He's gonna have your back. He'll run through a wall. Not saying the other guys didn't, but you know that's Zach for you. That was his personality, 100%.
Who was the engine there? Who was the guy who started you when something was wrong? Was it Alexa?
No.
Yourself then, as a captain.
Outside, I mean, yeah, that was, yeah. I used to struggle with that as a captain. Because I used to always want to make sure everyone else is good and everyone else is in a good space. And sometimes I used to forget about myself, and I wasn't in always the best place where I need to be to perform sometimes. So in the beginning of that role, I honestly struggled a lot with that. But I don't know. Coach used to help me out a lot. All those guys used to here and there help. For me, I feed off energy. So if I see you guys, it's just giving y'all all, Matthias, dunking, yelling, screaming, I kind of feed off of that. So that's kind of like what used to help me out. And I'm extremely strong mentally. So even when I was kind of like trying to figure it out in the beginning, I'm gonna figure it out. You know, like I'm gonna figure it out. That's the one thing about me. I'm gonna figure it out. So that's kind of like where I was mentally at that time. So not saying those guys didn't help me. They for sure helped me. But, you know, at the end of the day, you still gotta figure it out. So yeah, that's kind of like how I did that.